What a year to be in Queensland. Maroons win the Origin, Lions win the AFL, Broncos into the men's and women's grand finals, Burleigh repping Queensland, and the unofficial Queenslanders, the Melbourne Storm, are there too. That means there is only one New South Wales team playing on grand final day in Sydney. G'day legends, welcome back to the Old School Broncos podcast, the fans' voice of Brisbane Broncos. And what a year it's been. The Broncos have done it. They've gone and knocked over Penrith, knocked over the Dynasty, and booked their place into the grand final. From 14-0 down to 16-14 victors, the footy gods finally smiled on us. Now, that sets the scene for a blockbuster decider. Broncos versus the Melbourne Storm. But here's the twist. Grand final day is shaping up to be almost a complete shutout of New South Wales. In the NRLW grand final, it's the Broncos women taking on the Sydney Roosters. And make no mistake, the Roosters are the only New South Wales club left with a chance at silverware across the three major games. Then, in the state championship, Burleigh Bears, our mighty Queensland Cup premiers, are lining up against the New Zealand Warriors who took out the New South Wales Cup. So think about it. The NRL Men's, the NRLW, and the State Championship, the only New South Wales club in action on the biggest day of the year is the Roosters. It's basically Queensland Day. Now some people might say, hang on, the Storm aren't Queensland. And sure, they're based in Melbourne, but let's be real. Half their DNA runs through Queensland. Think about the legends, Billy Slater, Cameron Smith, Greg Inglis, Cooper Cronk, all Queenslanders who became Melbourne greats. Think about the present, Harry Grant, Xavier Coates, Cameron Munster, all wearing purple, all Queensland products. And then there's the feeder clubs, the East Tigers in Brisbane, the Sunshine Coast Falcons, both Storm nurseries. For years, the Storm have been tapping Queensland talent, building their roster on the back of our backyard. So when they run out on grand final day, it's hard not to see them as a second Queensland team. And you can't talk about this year without mentioning State of Origin. Queensland took out the series again in 2025. Another Maroons victory to remind everyone who really runs rugby league. It's almost poetic. Queensland dominate Origin, and now we dominate grand final day. The message is clear. Rugby league's heart is north of the border. But it would be remiss of me not to mention the Brisbane Lions going back-to-back when they won the flag over the Cats last weekend. What a great time to be walking down Caxton Street with all of these results. And here's the history maker. This is the first time since 2015 that a non-New South Wales club is guaranteed to lift the NRL trophy. Back then, it was an all-Queensland showdown. Broncos versus Cowboys, one of the greatest grand finals ever played. This time, the trophy is leaving New South Wales again, whether it goes to Red Hill or south to Melbourne. One thing's certain, Sydney will be on the outside looking in. So what we've got is Broncos and Storm in the men's, Broncos Roosters in the women's, Burleigh and the Warriors in the state champ, Queensland already holding the Origin shield, and the Brisbane Lions freshly celebrating their second flag win. 3 games, a series win, a flag, and a whole lot of Maroon pride. Grand Final Day 2025, the almost non-New South Wales Grand Final Day. And I don't know about you, but I reckon that sounds pretty bloody good. Soak it up, Queensland. We are surely in for some more ups in the next week. This is the Old School Broncos podcast. Let's go, Broncos.